All right, let's go ahead and get started. Again, my name is John Putnam. I'm Vice President of Sales with PowerNet. Today we'll be discussing our wholesale hosted IP PBX product. If you all would do me a favor and please mute your phones so that we don't hear any background noise and we are able to focus on the day's presentation. All right, for those of you new to PowerNet, we've been in business for 23 years. We're facilities-based CLEC headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have a 24/7 based US NOC, and we have a full range of products for businesses, everything from the SMB to enterprise to call centers to carrier products. We worked with more than 1,000 agents nationwide throughout those years. Um, Feel free to contact your agent development manager if you see any products that you're interested beyond what we're going to discuss today, which is again, the wholesale hosted IP PBX. Today's agenda is to discuss what is our wholesale hosted IP PBX offering, um, the agent model versus the wholesale model. We're going to discuss what are PowerNet's responsibilities with this product and what are the reseller's responsibilities, how it's sold and how much you make, and what you need to do if you're interested to get started. And then we'll have some time at the end for some questions and answers. Um, what is the the wholesale hosted IP PBX? Um, what it is a product that allows our partners to have access to PowerNet's full suite of cloud-based products. So you'll get the IP phones, applications for desktop and mobile clients, and all the features that businesses need to communicate effectively today. So it's a full-featured business class hosted IP PBX product. Um, what this allows you to do is, for many of you who are not offering a hosted product to your clients, allows you to diversify your product mix and add this in to your existing offering. It allows you to get a new revenue stream and a reoccurring revenue model, um, and increase your share of your revenue from your clients if you're not currently offering this type of product to them. And then, quite frankly, stay ahead of the competition. Um, Many of your competitors are going to use the phone system side of the business to gain an entree into your clients, and then use that as a way of driving a wedge between you and the client, and ultimately have them force you out and take a bigger lion's share of that client's revenue. So kind of a preemptive strike, keep those guys out by offering this product and adding it to your existing offerings. Let's talk about the agent model versus the wholesale model. Um, Traditional agent model was um, you as an agent would sell PowerNet's branded products. Um, you would go out and sell that deal, get the order signed, send it back to us, and then PowerNet would process that order, install it, bill it, and support it. And then you would wait for your commission check to show up every month. Um, with the wholesale model, you as the reseller will brand that product as your product. You'll install it, you'll bill it, and you'll provide that first level technical support. And you'll use our Metaswitch for delivery of that product, but it is your product, branded, delivered, and installed and supported by your organization. So it's the perfect product for value-added resellers, managed service providers, IT service providers, and people who are currently selling a premise-based phone system. For many of those people who are selling premise-based phone systems, uh, the hosted product has been something they have competed against for years. This gives you the ability to offer both products to your clients and really pick and choose what's best for that client, and expand your product offering without having to go out and purchase a $1 million+ Metaswitch for delivery of that product. But from the customer standpoint, they see this as your product. So let's talk about those responsibilities. And let's see if I'm capable of toggling. Yeah, I love it when a plan comes together. Time frame to implement. We can deliver this product to you tomorrow. This is a product that we're currently selling to other providers, so it is ready to go. Branded as your name, so your company names. You qualify the deals, you prepare the quotes, get the paperwork signed, you do the credit check. It is your customer, you own them 100%. Once you've got that paperwork signed, you send us provisioning paperwork, and whether that's delivered electronically or good old paper fashion, we'll take it either way. You'll gather the information from the client, and then we'll do the provisioning. Now, in terms of device sourcing, we give you the alternative or the option of either sourcing the devices, the phone handsets directly yourself, or sourcing them from us. If you source them from us, we drop ship them to you or to the client pre-configured with our provisioning server already in the phone. So you take the phone out of the box, plug it into the wall. As soon as it gets an internet connection, it goes to our provisioning server. Our provisioning server will then update that information and download the provisioned information that we have set up ahead of time for that phone. If you purchase the phone's handsets yourself through your sources, you'll have to unbox them and have probably a 5-minute or less process of entering our provisioning server information into that phone handset so that it can then gather that information. As I said, we will have pre-configured that device based on your clients and your information that you've provided us. So as soon as it hits that internet connection, hits the provisioning server, downloads all of its configuration, reboot, and all of a sudden that phone comes out of the box and in a matter of moments is now John Putnam's phone with the buttons that I have programmed, my caller ID, my DID, my hunt groups, my voicemail, call forwarding. All of those features would be downloaded right away. Again, we expect you guys to do the installation, put the phones on the desk, and do all the tier 1 customer support and service and troubleshooting. Obviously, our NOC is here 24/7 to support you and to act as a escalation for any issues that you might have and for any issues in terms of modifying the system configuration. And then, again, since this is private labeled as your solution, you take care of the invoicing to the end user, and obviously we invoice you separately. Next question is, how's it sold and how much do you make? Let me see if I can jump over here. All right, here we go. So our product is sold based on seat licensing. So you have 3 different levels of seat licensing. You have an essential, a standard, and a premium. The essential is a very basic seat license that's primarily used for conference rooms, break rooms, lobbies, and just gives you some basic calling features and the ability to put a call on hold. The standard, which is what probably 80–90% of your users will use, gives you the ability to make those standard calling features. Also includes the voicemail, the call manager, comm portal, that will allow this to be, 80–90% of your users' primary business communications device. And then obviously we have a premium seat license that adds the multi-line hunt groups, voicemail to text, and then the Accession app. The Accession application is our SIP soft phone that can be loaded on both a PC or on a smartphone that really enhances the feature set and allows that phone to expand into a mobile platform. So you'll have the ability to make and take calls regardless of your location. I currently have mine configured so that when you call my desktop phone, it rings my Accession app on my cell phone and my desktop phone. So whether I'm across the office, across the country, or even outside the country, as long as I have a connection, a data connection for my phone, it then allows me to take and make those calls off of my SIP client on my cell phone. Um, in addition to the seat pricing, we have the call paths. So you would have the options of a metered long distance plan or an unlimited long distance plan. Um, Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 markets, any of your major market areas are going to fall into the Tier 1 location. Tier 2 and Tier 3 typically are your rural areas. So we have made accommodations for all three of those tier levels and for a metered long distance plan where we would charge you, on a cents per minute basis, or for those who want the unlimited long distance calling plan, we have that. In terms of other features that you can look at, we have the ability to add some of those call center features that a lot of smaller call centers are looking for in terms of ACD, call recording, multiple call attendance or auto attendance, voicemail to text, and then some enhanced DID things. So all of those things that a small call center or many businesses would like to add, we have covered with this product. In terms of hardware, we resell the Polycom line of phones. So here is your phone pricing. We use the PBX series, 300, 310, 400, 410. So the differences between those two models are the gig interface on the back for the PC if you're using a single cable solution. And then obviously the handsets, the headsets, power over Ethernet or power bricks, headsets, all of those things, including cordless. All of these pricing includes being pre-provisioned with our provisioning server, so that when they take them out of the box, or when you take them out of the box to do the install, they're provisioned and ready to go. All right, how do you get started? Obviously, if you're currently a VAR, an MSP, a premise-based phone system provider, and want to start selling this program, we certainly have a training program that we have developed that what we do is ask you to purchase each one of the phone handsets so that you'll have the ability to demonstrate those and then travel to Cincinnati or potentially, if that's out of the case, we'll do a webinar, but we'll do a full introduction to your team on how to sell, configure, and support our hosted solution, and make sure that you're prepared to go to market with this. What we'll also do is provide you with quoting templates and all of the marketing materials that you can brand with your specific logo, and be able to then present this as your solution. That's the basic presentation for today. I'd like to open everything up for any questions. Anybody want to jump in today? Gotcha. For those of you who didn't hear the question, it was, is the data part of this equation or something that you can sell separately? The short answer is we want to give you the flexibility, or the customer the flexibility, to buy whatever's best for them. Certainly we provide data circuits and would hope that you would come to us for a quote on the data circuit, but it's not a requirement that they buy the data circuit from us as part of this solution. So if they have an existing data circuit that they want to use, or you're providing them with a data circuit, or they're purchasing a data circuit from somebody else, this will roll on top of that. Yes, it is. So we would bill you and then have you bill the customer for the data section. Absolutely. I have two conference bridges, so I have to repeat the question for the second bridge. The question is what about moves, adds, and changes after the installation? You'll have full access to the business group portal and be able to make those changes on your customer's behalf and make that a billable service that you continue to provide. So you'll be able to log in and change those hunt groups, those ring numbers, as DIDs, any of those, handset based or business group changes you'll be able to make on behalf of your clients. Certainly, we can port numbers. I would say that we're probably a 99% ability to port existing numbers. Occasionally, we run into those small local LECs that we don't have porting agreements in place with, but that is a very, very rare occurrence. So we can certainly port their existing numbers, whether that be from a traditional TDM-based carrier or from one of the other hosted solution providers. We can port those numbers over. One more quick thought. You asked about pricing and competitiveness. We've done a ton of our research on our side in terms of developing the pricing model for this product. And what we're seeing is if you compare this product apples to apples to the 8x8s, the Nextivas, the Ring Centrals, or any of the other local providers that you may be going up against, we're seeing margins typically in that 25 to 30%. But depending on who the competitor is, we have seen occasions where you could have a 50% margin selling this product. But I would typically budget for something in that 25 to 30% markup and be very competitive against those national providers with this type of product. Um, the short answer is probably, as long as you contact us ahead of time with specific phone models, we can verify that they are compatible with our Metaswitch. But we have seen, the Polycoms, the Ciscos, the Astras, the Yealinks, most of those major hosted phone handsets are compatible with the Metaswitch. Um, it makes the installation process a little more kludgy for you in terms of you have to visit each phone and re-enter some provisioning server information. So that transition from an existing hosted solution using the exact same handset can take a little longer in terms of that cutover, but certainly can be accomplished. Okay. If I forget any, please remind me. Um, The portal you would get yourself in order to do the management of the phone handsets. The only thing that would not be private labeled would be the Accession desktop client, and cell phone client is listed as an Accession software. Your users would then download that software, and then as part of the installation process has to select PowerNet as the carrier. So that would be one of the only areas that your clients would see the name PowerNet, as they'd have to choose PowerNet as the carrier in those software packages. Certainly, I can send you everything that I have presented today, along with a lot more of our marketing materials, and can give you examples of our branded marketing materials that would be available to you. We'd strip our logo out and allow you to enter your logo in instead. Did I get them all? Oh, absolutely. We're going to charge you, though. I mean, USAC and all the taxing we are required to charge. We would charge you, and then you would go ahead and mark that, or not mark that up. You would go ahead and pass that through to your clients. Government's got to get their cut of the equation, so we'll bill you and assume that you're passing that through to your client. But the nice thing is you can build this in. Since this is a private label and a bundle, you can build this in to your bundled services. So we see a lot of MSPs who are charging, $100 a workstation for the managed services package. They just go in and say, hey, for another 25 or $30, I'll give you a phone handset and then a phone seat license. And they make it part of that whole bundle. And they're only billing the client, $25 more, $30 more on this managed service package. And then they don't see all the taxes and the fees and everything else, but we're billing you for those fees. Yep. And you can build it into your bundle and then just have that single line item that covers those other fees, the E911 services, taxes, fees, and everything else. But it gives you that flexibility of doing whatever works best for your billing options with your clients. There are not any quotas. So, we want to work with you as a partner and help you grow your business. We have clients who are currently selling this product that are selling, 5 and 10 handset deals. And then we have another client that seems to have been very, lucky enough to close those 100 to 500 handset deals on a fairly regular basis. But we don't require you to have any certain sales volumes. Any other questions? Like to thank you for attending the webinar today. Obviously, these are designed to be rather brief introductions to our products. We certainly encourage you to follow PowerNet on all of the social media sites. And then if you have any more questions or want to learn more about this, please contact Anton Loon, who is our Vice President of Enterprise Sales. Anton can set up a webinar with Justin Rice, who is our Head of Product Development, and your team, and go through this on a much more detailed level in terms of all of the features that we offer with the product, and all of the details surrounding signing up to be a wholesale hosted IP PBX reseller. Again, thanks for attending, and look forward to continuing to work with you and partner with you to deliver solutions for your clients, and certainly for the betterment of both PowerNet and your organizations.